Welcome to another episode of Drunk, a Cop, and a Teacher, the podcast where everything's made up and our comments don't matter. Just like any audio clips I'm going to be using in probably the next few episodes, listeners.
Oh, no wonder.
Well, you guys didn't listen to the last episode when I published it. So for the listener's sake, if you did listen to our last episode, you would have noticed that our intro music, our intermission music, and our outro music is completely different. I was trying out some new things and trying to make my recording life easier. So I'm going to still mess around with some new sounds and things like that. I don't know. Hopefully these guys eventually will listen to it and tell me what they think.
I probably might listen to it after this episode.
Me too.
But yeah, so there you go. That's what's new for the podcast, because I think with the new year we should do a little bit of refreshing and stuff like that.
Yes, of course, refreshing, whatever that means.
I don't know.
Refreshing, as in, like, what is our top 5 worst movie? What is our top 5 best
Starting
movies?
from scratch.
All right.
Starting from scratch.
60-something episodes. I mean, that's a commitment right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's good content, We made it this far, and we're going to keep on going.
All right, Mike, what have you been up to?
Nothing much. I finally bought Squadrons, where I know... I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode, but I play Squadrons, and I haven't played online. I'm enjoying it. I like it a lot. I know Sal wanted some feedback of what I thought about it. For so far, story and gameplay and everything like that, I'm going to give it a yellow card for now because I'm not that far into the game. But so far is definitely leading towards a green. I want to try multiplayer to see how it is. I'm not so
You're
sure
much further than I am, because I only did the tutorial mission, then I just went straight into multiplayer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much pulled the Call of Duty on this game.
Oh, all right. I just want to know if, like, when you see the spaceships online, are they a bit bigger than the story, or
He didn't play the story.
or they're about the same?
You mean bit bigger, like the size of them, like our size comparison?
Yeah, like when you see them, because sometimes, like, it's actually kind of hard to see it.
Okay, I kind of know what you mean, but I kind of took it as like that's just how it is, though. I mean, you're in fucking space, man. Like, if you're far, they're gonna be tiny little dots. I think that's the whole point of them being TIE fighters and shit. That's why they're fast and quick, and they kind of like I don't want to say blend in, but they're supposed to be hard targets to hit. And then I don't know how it's like when you're viewing the A-Wings and the X-Wings. Like X-Wings, I think they should be more visible, but A-Wings should be just like TIE fighters because they're supposed to be fast and slick too.
Yeah, I got it. It's I got to play multiplayer just to see it, because playing the story, I'm getting shot and I'm not too sure where I'm getting shot at, and then I just end up I'm just dying, and I'm just like that's just my biggest complaint.
That was my prediction.
Yeah, sounds usual. Usual Mike.
For real, it's just like, wait, somebody's behind me, and then wait, what? So that's what I've been up to. What about you, Ham?
I'll start off with finishing the Walking Dead World Beyond season.
Threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, that's the one with the kids, whatever. It was mediocre. They should be only doing one more season, and that's it. Fear the Walking Dead, though, I saw one episode, and this is only half of the first season. Second half, I guess, is next year. Saw one episode. I'm like, this one episode is better than a couple seasons of The Walking Dead proper. I'm like, oh my god, Fear the Walking Dead is so much better. So that's all. What else did I do? I started reading this book. I wonder if you guys ever heard of it. Ready Player 2.
No, what is it? A love book?
It is a love book. Love of
It's
everything.
actually the manual to the game that he's playing. It's so he opened up the box and he finally found a manual. God, I missed that shit though.
I found the manual. Other than that, I think I had one more, but now I'm forgetting because we're running out of time. I'll probably interrupt Sal and be like, "Oh, I remember now." Go ahead.
I haven't been up to much other than the biggest thing that happened. It's more of a parent thing. My office has now become my daughter's bedroom,
Hmm.
and my daughter's bedroom is now my office because now my daughter is sleeping on her own in her room. And so
Wow.
that's kind of a big deal, I guess, for us. I know some parents do it much, much earlier. But for us, because we lived in an apartment firsthand, and then it was just easier to kind of just put us all in one room. This was kind of a big change for us and for her. Out of the what is it? This is the fourth night tonight. 2 nights were really, really good. One night, not so much. I don't know what she got spooked of. And then tonight, she seems to be doing okay. So it's a big change for her, and she's more happy about it than anything, I would say.
Hey, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. She's getting big.
Ugh, God, 5 years
Girl-
old.
Growing up, hey, 5 years old, I think she should already be getting a job, but that's just me, you know?
She'll end up making more money than I will anyway.
Good.
Oh, okay.
All right, so listeners, we got a relatively short episode for you. There's not a whole lot in the way of headlines, and in fact, we'll probably save whatever just came out because there's news of a streaming service that we can talk about next week. I'm sure Ham's gonna have probably plenty to say about that, but the only two that we're gonna mention headline wise, there's been a couple deaths that I think a couple people might be familiar with. One for sure, the other one maybe more of Ham's alley, because I know he's definitely a big Mad Max fan. It's an
Somewhat, yeah.
actor, Hugh Keys Byrne, an actor who played Immortan, and excuse me if I mispronounce that because I've not watched this movie. Immortan Joe. He died just recently. I want to say just the other day. There's no report as to how he died, other than that he just died peacefully. But he was age of 73 when he passed away.
Wow.
Yeah, he was the like the big bad basically in Mad Max, especially I think in Fury Road. I forget what he. Want to remember if he played one of the original guys, but I don't remember.
The other one before that is probably more widely known. David Prowse, who is very well known for playing Darth Vader in the suit. He passed away just recently, and Mike and I were just talking about this right before we started recording. We found out that he died of COVID. So he's been another victim of the pandemic
Oh,
that's been
man.
occurring. So
Another legend.
Yeah,
yeah,
Legend, man.
I saw that he wasn't played. He didn't, or should I say, he didn't do the voice,
right.
and he also didn't do what else. He was just acting in the suit, but I think James Earl Jones didn't take any credit. He was uncredited because he thought he was good, and he just felt bad that he replaced him with the voice acting.
Yeah, either
So
way, he was the first Darth Vader, and
yeah,
appreciate that.
kind of sucks. I saw a lot of tweets and everything about how people have met him at Comic-Con and all that stuff, and a lot of people had good memories with the guy, and I think that kind of goes to show though how big of a franchise Star Wars is, like how important it is, like even like the smallest roles that you like normally not someone would be familiar with, like right, people know James Earl Jones for sure. You're like, oh, that's the voice of Darth Vader, but just to be recognized as the person under the suit is kind of a big deal. And I know people give a lot of crap to the actor that played Jar Jar Binks, but he's still recognizable. And still a lot of people that do like the movie, still kind of support him and things like that. So yeah, it sucks though. It's of COVID too, of all things. So
Out of all things,
I do want to mention something this person once told me, and I was like, oh yeah, John Boyega, worldwide or world known, and they're like, just because in Star Wars they're not world known. I'm like, yes they are. What are you talking about? I mean, agree or disagree?
No, I think he definitely made his name because of that. I think it did help his reputation. I was going to compare that to like how this new Kamala Khan's going to be with the Miss Marvel or with the MCU universe. Like it's her first role ever, and she's going to blow up because she's part of the MCU, which is a big deal.
Yeah, but after the movie, you think she would be, I guess, world famous, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
so.
that's what we were arguing with Boyega, and then I'm like, of course he is. How could you say he's not after the 3 movies, you know? And I'm like, that's just stupid. That's
Yeah,
just
that's
stupid.
stupid. For me, for me at least, Star Wars is gonna sound kind of stupid for me to say this, but it's more like a how can I say, I'm just gonna say it. It's becoming more of a religion thing of people getting attached to these great characters and this great world of fantasy that people are just loving and caring for, and they thank the actors just to be in that world. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I agree. I agree
You know, so it's starting to
to a
become
degree.
it's starting to becoming something like that, and especially with the old cast, with the first one. You know, can you imagine, like, you know, knock on wood, what happens to? I mean, I'm not gonna say his name,
There's only
but
2 left, man. There's only 2 left.
exactly. But you know what I mean? Like, what happens if one of those two? And it's gonna be heartbreaking for all of us because we grew up with them. We
Yeah.
know them for that type of role, and
Especially,
because
yeah.
you know when you think of those two actors, you automatically just think of Star Wars, and then other things they have done. But the first thing is Star Wars.
And I hate to say it, but I think it's gonna be one over the other.
Well, stop.
Just stop.
Just
That's the
stop.
truth. You know it. I tell
Shut
the
up.
facts.
Never tell me the odds.
When Miss Fisher passed,
Exactly.
I cried.
I was on a quick side, on a tangent, I guess, a little bit, because you mentioned John Boyega being part of Star Wars and how his name
Mm.
blew up big. Rosario Dawson was kind of a recognizable actor, mainly because she did play. Didn't she play the night nurse in Daredevil?
Yeah, she was the night nurse. She was in
Yeah.
Clerks. She's
Yeah.
been in a lot of big things. I saw the series she was in and on whatever TNT or TBS. Yeah, she's well known.
Yeah, but I would say, like, I think her name is becoming now mostly recognizable because of her role as Osaka. I'm gonna oof. It's a lot of Star Wars fans are gonna kill me on this one because of her performance as Ahsoka Tano. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people are definitely keeping tabs on her for sure now, because that is a very iconic and important role in Star Wars right now, and people, from what I'm gathering, people are loving her performance for what she did in the episode. So
Hmm.
Yeah, but she was a way bigger name than John Boyega or what is it? Riley, right? Ridley. Um,
Daisy Ridley.
yeah, Daisy. Yeah, way bigger star than
Uh,
both of them
uh,
beforehand.
well, remember, it's not about the stars; it's about the characters in Star Wars. So I think if Ray and as school somewhere, I don't even know how to pronounce her name either really well. As
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano. I'm going to go for Ahsoka Tano because she has a lot more interesting and very consistent story.
No, I'm saying as actors, um, she was well known than like you said, Daisy Ridley and like name something they did before and John Boyega.
No, nothing. But that's the thing, though.
No,
I'm still gonna lean towards the characters of what role they play in Star Wars because that's the thing with
mm,
John Boyega, that the reason why people were disappointed with him is because of the character that he played as. You know, yeah, you know, he was part of the 3 movies, but to be honest, anybody could have played that. It's just it all depends on the characters in the movie.
well, no, I think you're just misinterpreting what I'm saying. Is like famous before the movies. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
got you. Okay, okay, my bad, my bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I all I know is like Daisy Ridley, she was a waitress and she went to the audition
Mm-hmm.
and she got hired and boom, she quit her job. I saw that in an interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right, listeners, we have a very early Christmas episode for you guys. Part of the reason for that is because we are planning on doing a top 5 best movies of the year, top 5 worst movies of the year in separate episodes. So that kind of lines up our plan leading up to the end of December, leading into the New Year's. I know next week we do have the next batch of Pokemon episodes, the ones that Ham's been waiting for all year
Yeah.
long.
Ooh, early Christmas. I can't even say it. I'm about to choke on myself. Yeah, good
So
early Christmas gift. Yay.
So when we were deciding what movie to watch, I guess the idea brought up of, I guess there were some Christmas movies popping up because of course that's, as soon as Thanksgiving is over, people start putting up Christmas stuff, and Hulu, Netflix, and all started advertising their Christmas
Yeah.
movies.
Yep.
And Ham brought up a couple of choices, and it was brought down to a movie called Happiest Season. So we're going to go ahead and talk about this one, and then afterwards we're just going to talk, just some freestyle conversation about some of our favorite Christmas movies, or at least favorite Christmas movies and things like that. So we'll save all the headline stuff, as I mentioned before, to the next episode. So moving on to the Happiest Season. The synopsis goes, it's a holiday romantic comedy that captures the range of emotions tied to wanting your family's acceptance, being true to yourself, and trying not to ruin Christmas. Starring Kristen Stewart, Mackenzie Davis, Mary Steenburgen, Victor Garber, Allison Brie, Mary Holland, Dan Levi, and a bunch of other actors, which I'm sure they're recognizable for something. But I just mentioned the top ones. Kristen Stewart, I think, probably most widely known for her role in Twilight. I know Victor Garber only just because he was the half of Firestorm in the League of. Oh my gosh, what was the title called, Ham?
DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow. I wanted to say League of Legends. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not right.
No.
You stopped me right there because I was about to say League of Legends as well.
And then Allison Brie, I know she's probably been in other movies recently, but I feel like she's been in something I would have watched.
Well, she was in Community. She was in Glow on Netflix. She was in what is that? Mad Men. Oh yeah, Mad Men. She's done a lot of voice characters. Voice. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. Don't even know her, but sure, let's move on.
Yeah, so wide range of actors. The casting is, I guess, pretty
Aubrey
solid.
Plaza. Yeah, everyone knows Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, casting's pretty solid. So we'll start with Mike. We'll give our card a vague review of it, and then we'll just do a quick little break and then go into our spoilers as usual. So Mike, go ahead and start us off.
Alrighty then. Breaking news, everybody. If nobody knows, Ham has a streak going on recommending bad
I did not
movies.
recommend it. I said pick one or two. You pick this one. Actually, you watched it first, so technically.
Well, the thing is, you sent the picture first, and that was the first thing I saw. So I'm still counting this as you.
Sure.
He has a streak of the movies that he has recommended. I've given a red card. I gave Becky that yellow just to be nice, but deep down in my heart, it's a red card for sure. But breaking news, he broke his streak.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna give this a green card.
Really?
I'm giving it a green card. It's a silly, enjoyable, entertaining movie. I thought Kristen Stewart played herself, and I mean, she played that awkward actress like she always does, especially in Twilight. But I liked her in this one. I liked the family. I liked the characters that were in it. My favorite character, of course, was the gay best friend, the guy. I thought he was really funny. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think this movie has a really good message of just be true to yourself and stuff like that. I guess the nitpicks I have, they're not really even that they're not that serious. I guess there's a character in this movie.
Oh.
There's a couple things that they revealed, and then I don't think they fully addressed what happened after. Of like, did they fully do it? Did they sign the papers?
Oh,
Are they something? And then there was another character that I know Ham loves. That she's in here.
Yeah.
But I thought she was in here for another reason instead of just like, all right, lean on my shoulder and I'll just stay. I'll just follow you through the whole way of the movie and not do anything in the end.
Interesting.
but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It's a very enjoyable movie. I recommend it on my part. But yeah, it's a green card. Good job, Ham. I appreciate it.
All right then. Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead, Ham.
Giving him a look right now. I'm like, okay. This movie is comparable to like the. That's one of the bases of like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, where someone's introducing a person to their family at first, and things can go awry. Just like Meet the Fockers. Um, I'm very biased when it comes to holiday movies, especially Christmas movies. I
Hmm.
do not enjoy this season, um, especially if it's grown up movies. Like movies nostalgia, like Home Alone, sure, but this is more adulty. Yeah, that's a word now. Look it up.
Adulty.
Yes, look it up. But yeah, I think it wrapped up a little too quick and a little too, I want to say safe, but everything was like a happy ending. Spoilers. But yeah, I'll give it a green for what it was. It was supposed to be funny and a little dramatic, and yeah, it did what it did.
Hmm.
Yeah, the first half of the movie, I would say, is like your like Cam was describing. It's your very usual tropey Christmas type of movie. And that's actually probably the perfect way to put it. Like, oh, someone invites someone over to dinner with the family, and then things kind of snowball and just get into like bigger and bigger problems. And so when I was watching this movie and I was going through the beginning motions of it, story wise, I was just kind of like, okay, I'm kind of going
Hmm.
along with the story because I've seen this before. And but what I did enjoy from that first half for sure was I think how the movie was shot. It was just something about like I'm gonna sound like an idiot trying to describe this, but like something about the lighting and like how bright everything was definitely made it feel like a very Christmas movie. And even though like it was a very tropey movie, just I guess because of the blending of the actors and the way that it was shot, it was very enjoyable at the beginning part of it. I just felt like the story just wasn't there. But then the second half started where you thought I at least thought that maybe certain things were going to act out a certain way. And I was like, okay, so here we go. This is going to happen here. This is going to happen there. But it didn't play it. And I don't think it did play it safe. I think there's two parts that bugged me. One I felt was unnecessary, and the other one I kind of felt like, all right, you're kind of stretching this a little too much. Like just wrap it up
Right.
now because
Mm,
you're kind of pushing that the happy ending part of the movie
yeah.
a little too like Disney, I guess I could say. But I really like the casting to this
Yes, of
movie. I
course.
think everyone
Mm.
did a great job with their role. I didn't think I was gonna like certain characters in the movie. I'm not sure because of their personality or whatnot, but by the end of the movie, I enjoyed every single one of them, and I think the story really I think it escalated very quickly in the end. I wouldn't say it felt rushed, but like everything just kind of came to a chaotic crash, and then it's like crap, like how is this gonna like resolve itself? And I think it did a very good job. I don't think it played it safe. I think
Well, I mean, maybe not safe. I think it de-escalated way too quickly. I think for me, it was kind of fast. I think they could have taken some stuff out in the middle and maybe made it longer, but maybe it was just better shorter. I don't know.
yeah, but
Right.
overall, green card for sure. I enjoyed every part of it.
Hey, green
When was
guy
the
for a
last time we all
Christmas
got
movie.
green?
I know, like, or the last time we all even agreed on a movie.
Oh my
Right?
God, this is the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, it's a Christmas miracle.
What's weird though is that we all agreed on the same ideas for jujitsu, but we all came up with different cards.
Oh god.
All right, well, let's take a quick little break here, and then we'll go into the spoilers of the movie.
Let's hit that Christmas intermission. Ching 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 ching.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
All right, happiest season. The quick rundown to this, I guess and you guys fill in parts if where need be. But basically, the movie starts off with this couple that one of them, I guess would you say the main? Well, I guess the main character is Abby, played by Kristen Stewart, but her girlfriend Harper. Is really into the Christmas season. And so they're doing this whole little Christmas tour. Abby's really not into it because we find out that her parents had passed away during the Christmas time, and it was really hard for her to get over it. But in the moment, Harper asks Abby to say, hey, come to Christmas with my family. I really want to wake up on Christmas Day with you. Please, please, please. Like, basically begs her. Hesitantly, Abby says yes. Next morning, Abby's really excited about it, and then all of a sudden we see this weird change of attitude by Harper, saying, hey, I kind of probably talked to you too soon into this. It's okay if you don't want to. We find out, though, it turns out that Harper never told her family that she was a lesbian. And so that obviously then is the first part of the snowball effect of, okay, crap, things are going to go bad because now Abby has to just pretend like she's her roommate and, lie to the family for the 5 days that she's going to be there. Harper ends up being very different than what she was because we basically find out that she is scared to reveal herself to her family because her family's very, very much about trying to be perfect, especially on the dad's end. The dad is trying to go for mayor, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, mayor.
And so there's a lot of stress about, making his family look perfect. Everything's got to be, tip top shape. The mom's stressing out about it too. And so, as emotions go escalating, it seems like the dad was kind of the one that I don't know how to safely say this, but like
Was forcing a perfect family was that the three daughters grew up as in like they were always trying to challenge each other of like to get the dad's approval and love.
right.
And the thing is, the dad was always very hard on them of being perfect, and he will always pick like who will be his favorite daughter, and instead of it being all three of them, he will try to, like, I guess if one of the daughters build a I don't know, like a snowman, and the other one build like a building, he'll go for the daughter that was a building,
Right.
and discredit the snowman. I don't know why I compared
Yeah, I don't know where
I don't
that
know why I
came
did
from,
a
but
snowman,
sure.
but I'm trying to use an example, dicks.
You know what it is? I think you saw the snowman pancakes. Maybe that's what brought up in the
Maybe
movie.
that's why, because I
Yeah,
actually
you
wanted
know me
some of
with the
that.
food in the movies. Yeah, I already got the
but,
food in the movies.
so
But
towards
also
the
they
oh,
say
go
in the
ahead.
movie that the love was earned. I think both daughters say at one point, not the youngest, but I think they say something along those lines.
Yeah, so towards the movie, there's like this big deal dinner happening,
Which
and
one?
of course, well, the one the white elephant, whatever.
Oh, the last party, the end of
Yeah,
the yeah.
Okay.
where everything kind of then goes chaotic because then the secrets are kind of out.
Yeah.
The oldest sister finds out about Harper's secret. Harper finds out about Sloane. Sloane is her name. The oldest sister
Hmm.
finds out about her secret. And then so they basically ruined the dinner. And it's revealed to everybody what happened. And then we get kind of like this nice happy ending of dad comes to realization of what's been happening and how much stress he's put onto the family. And then we get this continuing happy ending of like, okay, everyone's life just ends up being perfect at this point.
Hmm.
So that's the quick rundown. I don't know what you guys want to start off with. I mean, I
Um,
have only 2 nitpicks about this
yeah,
movie.
I want to mention my nitpicks that I mentioned on my review because I didn't want to spoil it. The thing that I mentioned was snow or
Sloane?
what Sloan, yeah, that's a weird name, Sloan. um when they reviewed her thing was that she was getting a divorce from her husband,
Yeah.
but in the end of the movie I don't know if they fully got a divorce or they just end up being together still.
I took it away as they realized that maybe there was something there, and I think because of the stress gone from her, she can then really focus on the
The
family
marriage,
and be
yeah.
with him, and he kind of also saw that realization too. It kind of seemed like it was all her fault, and he was suffering. Because I really thought they were trying to hint at him being interested in Abby, because there was like 2 moments when he kept looking at her, and I was like, is that going to be a thing? But it never ended up. But it basically, I just took that as okay. He doesn't like the relationship. He's not happy in it. He's just going with the flow of things. And now that everything's up and like everything's uncaged, I guess now they can finally focus on being together.
Oh,
And
got
so
you.
that's
And
how I
then
saw it.
and then the other one was Ham's favorite girl from
It's not my favorite, but somebody else's favorite.
what's her
Aubrey
name?
Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza. I liked her character in the movie. I thought that she was gonna be something else, more like instead of a lean on my shoulder until towards the end of the movie, and then I'll just leave. I thought that she would have been more of a person of trying to get after a Harper, or maybe be more of a part in the story instead of just showing up once in a while and that's it.
But I'm glad it didn't do that, because that is the very tropey thing to do in a movie like this. It's like, oh, there's
Right.
the ex. The ex hooks up with the person that's dating her. Well, there you go. Everything's ruined. And then they didn't do that, which I thought was much better. Like I
Yeah,
thought that was,
Right,
I don't
right.
know, more. I don't want to say logical, but it felt more natural to the how the story played out.
yeah, it was interesting. I don't know what it's rated. Maybe that's why they wanted to. No, maybe not. But yeah, she's played characters like that before, so I was like, oh, she can get typecast again as being like the wild one that does whatever she wants and gets whoever she wants. And then, nah, they played it, I guess, straight. Like, well, I think she was there to mirror Abby from the past, which we saw in the movie. So I
Right.
guess that was just, I
Yeah,
guess, yeah, go.
I think that her role or her character was written out to really support and make Abby's like I guess her not fears, but like her what's keeping her I don't want to say depressed either, but
Yeah.
basically the things that are making her sad, and all this negative stuff about Christmas, like it kind of helped Abby stand out a little bit more, and we got to feel for Abby a bit. Like for me
Mhm.
personally, I really did like Kristen Stewart's performance in this entire
Yeah.
movie. Especially like she had a lot of goddamn losses to a lot of things, but then every time she had a win, like when the dad recognized her and she was really happy about that,
Yeah.
or when she got approval from like one of the sisters or another character, I was like, hey, yeah, good for you, kind of thing. So I really liked how Kristen Stewart played out in all of that. I think not just her carrying out of the lines, but definitely her facial expressions. I think she was very into the role more than I thought any other actor would put it.
Hmm. What
I
you
like that,
guys
yeah.
what do you guys think about the sort of side characters, I guess if you want to call them?
I know Mike said that his favorite is the gay best friend.
Yeah, I
I
guess
and
it's
I do
John.
I Yeah, Dan Levi's
Well, Dan
character.
Levi,
Yeah.
but in the movie's just John.
Yeah, and I kind of wish they had more of him though. I don't think he
Really?
was in there
Yeah.
enough. Like he was only there for like 3 phone calls, like a couple minutes at the beginning and then at the very end. But I'm like, I don't know. I kind of wish you were just more involved in the whole situation than you were. But his moments were funny, especially the whole fish
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
like,
Yeah.
I
where
was
can I get
think
a fish exactly like this? When you want me to get it, I'll just Google it. I'll just Google it.
Yeah.
I'll just Google it. And the thing is, I was thinking about Cell. I was like, this ties in perfectly with My Spy, that fish of that kid that he was taking care of. I was
Maybe
like,
that's him.
Maybe that's
oh
him.
my god, yes.
I'm very surprised. I liked him too. I thought you guys, one of you wouldn't have liked him, but all right,
No,
cool,
no.
cool,
I thought it was
I
cool.
also funny
like
when he was
them.
trying to hit on the ex too.
Oh yeah, he's like,
He was like, how
how
much?
much you pump?
How much you
Thousand,
pump?
1,000.
Yeah, that was like when he switched that voice, I lost it. I was like, oh my god.
And
Yeah, I would have liked to see him a lot more in the movie as well too.
All right,
but I
cool,
think what his
cool.
winning moment was his sharing of his story about when he
No, of
came out.
course.
Yeah.
That was a very good scene, I thought, that they put into that movie, because I kind of was thinking along the same lines, like, man, Abby, okay, get it, this is all about you, but do we kind of see Harper's side of things? And then that's where he stood out. He's like, he brought that into that point of view. It's like, hey, yeah, I know this sucks for you, but you also have to realize that this is a tough situation for her, because she has not said anything to her parents, and that's not an easy thing to do.
You know, I when that after that scene, when Abby went inside the house and Harper finally said that, yes, I'm gay and everything like that, and when she went up to Abby and Abby's like, it's too late. I just felt right there. I was like, oh, and then what was the like? I was like, oh, really? Like we just had a really great scene of a person telling their story, and it really got to me. I was like, damn. And then when Abby went inside and she's seeing Harper expressing herself and finally saying it of how she was scared and nervous, and now she goes up to Abby, and Abby's like, it's already too late. And I was like, oh, really? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it went back and forth a little bit where I'm just like,
Yeah, but I feel like I would have complained if she just was like okay with it. Like if because again, that
Really?
would have been another typical happy ending kind of thing. It's like, oh yeah, of course, now we're together, everything's all fine and everything. But it wasn't. It was like, sorry. I know
I
this
know,
sucks
but
for you, it just sucks for me, but I gone through all this shit and I just don't want to do this right now. Like even though she got the realization from the friend, like I feel like some
yeah.
people would still be upset and still going through the emotions of what they've went through and be like, yeah, I can't probably properly process this, so I'm just gonna say no right now because that's just how I feel.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you have that scene, but no, she said he says that before, but then the next scene they're at the gas station, and yet again it's almost the same
And
thing.
yeah, and that did bug me was
That's what I'm
well,
saying. Yeah.
actually now that's a third thing. Thanks a lot, Ham. Pointing more flaws to this movie. I did not like that it was very easy for her to kind of go back. Like I kind of wish they like it was more of a stupid conversation of, hey, can we just restart and kind of be friends again and work our way back to this instead of like, hey, let's just go ahead and put our lives together again.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
my two nitpicks, I felt the whole the necklace scene was very pointless. I did not think they had to do the necklace to make the family turn against her, or not necessarily turn against her, but make the family see her in a negative light. I felt like they could have done something different. But I just thought, like, really, like the drop in the necklace is
It
it
was
is it
fine.
just to give the two cops a cameo? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
are
Like
these two
she's
people
pretty
important?
famous. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Somebody owed somebody something.
So that kind of bothered me because I just felt like it didn't really flow naturally with the movie. And then the only other thing is the very too perfect Disney happy ending movie, like the part of it, the movie
At the
where,
end.
Yeah.
yeah, the 1 year later where Harper and Abby are married. I guess the family is the Sloane's family is all perfect and happy. The dad's all happy. He wins mayor because if you saw the credits, he goes
Yeah.
to the Instagram
Yeah.
post, he gets the role. And I'm like, all right, you've really stretched this out. Like, why is this need to
That's
be
what I'm saying.
here?
It was
Like,
too fast, or like I don't know. It was just wrapped up too nicely. I don't know.
I think if they left it at the photo, wait,
Yeah, I
no,
believe. Yeah,
was
yeah.
the photo before everything?
No, that's right. That's the last thing. It's
Right
like the
after.
I
Instagram
think I
posts.
well no like the okay yeah like the family where they're all in the family picture for the Christmas. I think if they had left it at that, like if that was the only scene,
Yeah.
then I think I would not be complaining about the ending. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a minor thing. I just was like, all right, come on, just get to the
Also,
credits so that way we can not do this whole Disney thing.
yeah, I don't understand why was Wonderful Life a big deal? Just because of the name and the Chris. Like, I know she sees it when she's walking down the street, but why watch that movie? I
I
didn't understand that.
I wasn't sure if that was maybe something Harper mentioned as one of her favorite movies, or if it's just because her life is supposed to resemble that of the characters in A Wonderful Life.
Maybe I don't know.
I'm not too sure either.
What else can we say about the movie? Is there anything
I
else?
I just want to say, like, the message of it was, of course, is to be yourself, love yourself, and don't wrap your head around of how other people, what other people will think. That's the message that I liked about the movie. That's the way that I saw it. Of course, there's families that, unfortunately, that disagree with certain things that this movie has the message, but for me is be yourself and love yourself, and there's people out there that will definitely love you who you are.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm gonna try
I,
to tread lightly on this topic because like I think what I'm initially gonna say is gonna come out the wrong way, but
Great.
usually when I think of these movies or see these types of movies that talk about, being lesbian or gay and coming out and being acceptance, it's very focused on just that specific issue. And sometimes it turns political and sometimes it doesn't, but it's still about that specific issue. Whereas, and I think Mike put it best, is that it is just about being accepting who you are, not just by other people, but you accepting yourself. And that's why I really liked Sloane's side of the story, because it wasn't just necessarily focused on Abby and Harper. We also had the misperfections of the other sisters and the mom, as well as kind of supporting that notion of like, hey, this is the underlying thing is the same problem. We're all having our own issues, and it's because we fear what other people think of us. So I really liked it. I didn't think it just focused on the lesbian relationship. I just think it focused on, like Mike said, accepting who you are and accepting your flaws and just being not afraid anymore to accept all that.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to the other daughter. I like how the parents were like, well, we didn't fuck up the last one because we didn't even try with that one. Whereas they said they fucked up the first two kids. And yeah, she was happy who she is. She just wanted to be involved with the family.
Right.
Whereas she was happy who she was and what she was doing. And even with her little book thing, I like the book thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that too when they're all at the book place. Oh God.
Yeah, that's a book that I want to. Well, that's a book that I know I'm not going to read, but I would like to purchase.
Well, last thing I want to ask, now that you brought up the book thing, was what is you said what was his name? Josh is his character name. John. What was his like partnership manager of the sister of her?
Maybe something. I forgot what he does.
Because I don't think they're a couple, of course.
Oh no. Cause you remember at the beginning, he's like, "Oh, I can handle these pets because I handle these authors things." That's in the beginning of the movie where they're sitting down. He's like, "Oh, can you take care of these pets?" He's like, "Of course I could take care of these pets. I can take care of these authors."
Yes. Okay.
Publishing.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't remember that line, but now I do that you brought it up. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was confused. I was like, "What? Why are you there? Like, what is your partnership with this person?" And then now that you say, okay, yeah, I remember that conversation. Yeah, that was very early on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was like right at the beginning. Like one of the first times you see him, I think. Actually see him. But yeah, they also could have been friends too, because he was very interested in the story. But I guess you see potential as someone who did that stuff. So yeah.
So last question about this movie that will transition us into our next conversation about our least and favorite Christmas movies. Oof. Do you see this as as your usual typical gold? I want to say gold standard, but your hey, it's Christmas time, let's pop in a movie. Okay, well here's the usual list of Christmas movies we'll watch. Do you think that will fit into that list?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying no is that even though this movie is taking place on Christmas time, the whole entire time I didn't feel it to being a Christmas movie. I don't know if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's the thing is that it didn't really have that charm of Christmas. It just had a family problem and a character problem, and
Christmas was just the setting.
Christmas was just the setting. Yes,
I could see that. Okay,
it's kind of like how Iron Man 3 was. Like Christmas, it was
of course
it was during Christmas time,
but yes,
it was just
like Die Hard.
Yeah, that too. Okay.
I think the essence of being a classic, it has to be do very well to begin with, or do very bad, and then it's always on TV, and then you just see it over and over again. That's how it becomes a classic, or it becomes like a sleeper hit of the summer, or not summer, just a sleeper hit that just blows up for no reason. I think that's how movies become classics.
Yeah.
That's how it happened with Wonderful Life. Like nobody cared for it, and they just kept showing and showing. That's how it became Christmas staple. But
yep.
I don't know. I would probably agree with Mike. Just for now, especially because it's streaming and there's so much things you can watch. I don't think how anything could become a classic in what past 10 years. So yeah, I don't know.
See, I guess for me, I'm rooting for this one because I did enjoy it, and
Oh,
even
sure.
though if it wasn't, I do agree with Mike. It didn't have that full on Christmas feel to it, but I think because of just the mentioning of Christmas and what Christmas meant to every, well, mainly
Mm-hmm.
to Harper and to Abby. I can see this being like a state. I don't mind watching this again. I like I said, I enjoyed it to the point where I can say, yeah, let's go ahead and put this on. And I think it can be a Christmas staple, but like you said, Ham, I think it is going to take a bit of time for it. I think because
Yeah.
there's so much out and people are already used to their usual movies, I think it'll be
Mm-hmm.
hard for people to accept this one into their Christmas lineup. But I mean, I know Mike said he recommended. I recommend it for
Yeah,
I
I
sure.
recommend it.
recommend it. I could
Um,
see this becoming like a cult classic for sure.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think the story is probably just something that people gotta get used to and accept. I
Mm-hmm.
think just because of the message and everything. But
Yeah.
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 So then, what are your guys' Christmas staples?
Mm,
Well,
like,
I love Christmas. I think I love Christmas because definitely, you know, it's just it's a happy month where you spend with family. You get them gifts. Really, the gifts are just for show, um, but it's just one of those moments where you just feel like you should definitely be appreciative of with family, and the best time of when it gets a little chilly, especially the times that we're in. Holy shit, it's cold. But
yep.
the movie that I love watching each year, definitely for sure, it's The Grinch, the Jim Carrey one. That's something that I always think about of Christmas. And believe it or not, you might say, well, it's not really a Christmas movie because they use the Christmas theme.
No, I think
No,
it
it's
But
a
is
no,
a
no, no,
Christmas
no, no,
Christmas
no,
movie.
movie.
no. I'm talking about another movie. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
My it didn't really convert really well for me right there. But I'm talking about Edward Scissorhands.
interesting.
It's because in the end of the movie, even in the beginning, it's Christmas. You
I
know
have
that.
to rewatch that. Yeah, it's been a while for me.
Yeah, so and then also too, this is considered as a Halloween movie, but to me it's a Christmas
I know what
movie,
you're gonna say.
a
Yeah.
nightmare before Christmas.
I mean, you could argue both or one or the other.
Well,
It's
you know,
whatever.
Tim Burton said of himself, it's a Halloween movie. It's not a Christmas
Hmm.
movie. It's a Halloween movie, and that's fine. But I have my opinions. I have my point of view. It's a Christmas movie.
All right, Ham. Do you have any usual staples that you watch during
I
this
mean,
time of the year?
I don't even. Well, okay. Like start off saying, I don't give a fuck about Christmas. You can appreciate your family, whatever, anytime. Sure, it's cold. I mean, why don't you just pretty lights, cool. But you could do that anytime. Like really, if you set a month or a
So if
date
I
or a
got a
year.
floating, it's like an inflatable snowman in front of my lawn, and you come over, you're not gonna say shit about that? And it's like
I'm
summer.
gonna
No,
It's like
definitely say shit
I'm
summertime.
about
not
that.
pretty.
It's like
I
June,
don't.
middle of June, and I got an inflatable snowman. You're not gonna say shit.
I'll say, Christmas in July, but you started early. But nah, I don't. Maybe. But no, it's the feeling, the experience. It's not the fucking decorations or presents. It's just the, the come in together in the heart and all that bullshit. Yeah. No, but
Well, somebody's
so.
the Grinch for real.
Oh yes, I am. You have no idea.
Just reminded me of that scene
Um.
where he's like, I have feelings.
Oh, I
um.
think I love you.
The, this is like I was like Mike said, this is set during the Christmas time, holiday time. I rewatched it again. I'm like, holy shit, this is an actually really good movie. Christmas Story.
Yes,
I was like,
Mhm.
Blonde Kid, BB gun, lamp,
they sell that by the
fragile.
way at Walmart. I don't know if you knew that. The
I've seen the lamp, right?
no, the
The
gun.
BB gun.
Yeah, the BB gun.
Oh, the Red Rider, blah
Yep,
blah blah, action
yep.
double, whatever.
Mhm.
Second one would be I mean, Home Alone, sure, but that's always on TV. But that's Home
Which Home
Alone, whatever.
Alone?
The first one, and I'll give the second one too. Third one, not so much, and I don't
No
remember
one.
watching the fourth one.
There's no other Home Alones past two.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, 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 sir. um, I like Jingle All the Way because it's so commercialism. I love it. It's all about you have to get the tour. You have to get the tour. Sinbad, Arnold, fucking
Oh, I
young
thought of another
Skywalker.
movie.
Huh?
I thought of another movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, what is this? It's Oh my God, it's
Well, let me.
he's in that movie of like vacation movie.
Oh, Christmas
Uh,
Vacation with
Christmas
Chevy
Vacation.
Chase.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, that one.
Oh,
That is a good one.
everyone.
Classic.
Yep.
I heard it. I heard it was a classic. Everyone's gonna massacre me.
You've
I've
never
never
seen
seen it.
it?
You
I've
never seen
never
it.
seen it.
It's like your type
Uh-uh.
of movie, though.
I know. I
It
know. I
is.
know. I've seen all the other ones. I just haven't seen that. I don't know why.
It's
Because it's
great.
Christmas. So this last movie, the only reason why I like it is because it has time travel in it. I think someone's tried to argue one time that it doesn't have time travel, but I think it does, and that's the Christmas Carol.
Which
Oh,
one?
which one? The Jim Carrey one or the classic one?
Oh no, not the classic black and white. The one right after that with the weird Technicolor.
I don't know if
So
I've seen that one.
1960 something.
No, I definitely not
Uh,
seen that one.
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
it's like 19 or maybe even earlier. It's somewhere between the original and everything else. Yeah, it involves time travel. Fight me on it. Or it was just all a dream. If you want to go that route too. Other than that, I might think of one or two as Sal tells his.
Yeah, I mean, so what's already been mentioned, definitely Christmas Vacation. Yeah, that one with Chevy Chase is hilarious. I love that. I love watching that one. A Christmas Story for sure. It used to be, I don't know if TNT does it, but as soon as Thanksgiving is over, or maybe on Thanksgiving, they always do like a long marathon of A Christmas Story
Yeah,
for days and days. I want to say all the way through Christmas, but
that's where I saw it last time. Yeah.
okay. So there's those two. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I'm okay without the first one. I don't know what it is about
Really?
2. Maybe because that was my mom's favorite, and every time it came around Christmas time, she always put that one over the other one. But
Yeah.
I enjoyed 2 more than I did the first one.
Well, it's got a better cast, a bigger cast.
Yeah. I would
Donald
also
Trump is in it.
Yes, yes, he is.
adding on to my list that has not been mentioned, the Charlie Brown Christmas special. That one's always a tradition for me. And then there was one animated movie that I've only seen show up on 1 year, and every time I try to Google anything for this, like
Ooh,
it's
something
so
lights up.
hard to find any info on it.
Oh, give me the deets.
Santa versus the Snowman. It was the
What?
most genius thing ever because it literally like played out like a Star Wars thing where like the elves were the rebels and their like reindeer were like speeder bikes, and then the snowmen had like their AT-ATs, and then there was like speeders there on their side too, and it was just like the most amazing like stupid thing I've watched, and it was great, but it was only on for 1 year because I remember waiting. I was like, oh, it's Christmas time again, like the following year, and it's like, wait, what happened to this cartoon? I'm like watching the commercials. I'm like waiting for all these specials. Nothing. It never showed up again. So I don't know what happened to that one. It fell into limbo. I don't know if maybe it's like a
What
Mandela
what
effect,
year?
and
Uh,
I don't know.
2002.
Maybe.
Was it 3D?
It was 3D animated.
Okay. I'm looking. I think I maybe found something.
I mean,
Send it to me.
it's great. I think it's super short, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I'm trying to think what other Christmas. You say Jingle All the Way. I think I've only seen that once, and I never cared for it.
I thought just the commercialism of like it's just literally toy, get the toy, toy, toy. I mean, at the end it's like, oh, you, but literally it's what's wrong with Christmas?
Isn't
I'm,
that with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
yeah, Arnold
Yeah.
and Sinbad.
Oh yeah.
Are there any bad Christmas movies that you guys watched?
Oh, that's
Oh
so. I'll
yes.
go ahead.
What's this horror movie that they try to come out with? Black Christmas.
Oh
Oh
God,
yeah.
yeah, that was probably the remake too.
And that both of them,
Oh, there's two.
horrible. Yeah, there's two of them. I
Yeah.
remember. I went to go see it, in
I was
theaters.
never a fan of the
The old
Grinch with
one.
Jim Carrey though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
I love it.
I just like the cartoon version. That's the only one I would ever go to.
Yeah, I would
Well, yeah.
too.
Oh, I didn't like the animation one. Well, actually,
Well, the
no.
one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I
I never
kind of
saw that
just
one.
saw it. I mean, I'm not like, I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
I just like the Jim Carrey one. It's just I don't know. To me, it's just a classic for me at least. Any other bad ones I
There's
could
a
think
bunch I
of?
can't think
What's
of
the
right
one
now.
with
Like,
I always forget his name. Vince Vaughn, and I think was it Jennifer
oh God,
Aniston?
something Fred. Fred. Wait, that might
No.
be. No,
Where they have to go
Krampus?
to like each other's family's Christmas, like they were about to go on vacation, but
Oh,
then something
yes, I know what you're
canceled, and
talking
then they
about.
ended
oh,
up
but
going
Yes.
to each other's families like Christmas for a day or two, and it was like
what is
I
his
guess it was the
name?
first time they ever like was it they ever like saw each other's family before? Like I don't know, it was weird, but it was
I'm trying to remember what that was. I know you're talking about. Also, one of my favorite Christmas movies is Bad Santa. Yes,
Before
good old
Christmas.
Bad
I've never
Santa.
seen it.
Oh, Bad Santa. I didn't like that movie at all.
It's a drug or a drunk Santa Claus. I think he probably does drugs too. As Bernie Mac in it. And what's that famous actor? I always forget what his name is. You know him. You know him. Come on, that guy. What's his name? It's like rated R. Like it's a hard R, and it's so good. Um,
By the way, Sal is for Christmas.
For Christmas or for
uh,
Christmases?
For
for
Yeah,
Christmases.
for
okay.
Christmas.
Yeah.
You guys can consider Trading Places a Christmas movie?
Trading Places.
Oh my God, you don't remember? With what is it? Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. You know, with it's always on Comedy Central where they trade places, but it's during Christmas and no, nobody.
I heard of it.
I
Actually, you know what's? I mean, sorry. Go ahead. You can go ahead and finish this. I was about to mention another movie. I'm surprised none of us has
what
mentioned.
I was gonna say. It's I wouldn't consider it a Christmas movie, but it takes place around Christmas. So.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I know you're talking about Trading Places with what's this guy's name?
I guess
Yeah.
the Santa Claus, the first one, I'll give it a pass, but even then it's too corny as a
That was the
grown up. I'm
movie I
just
was
like,
going to bring up. That was the one I'm surprised none of us have mentioned. But I'm surprised
Which one?
actually me that I haven't mentioned because I actually always watch this every Christmas. And the third one is bad,
oof.
but for some reason I still enjoy watching it during Christmas.
Wait, which one?
Santa Claus. So there's Santa Claus 2, the Escape Clause, and then there's Santa Claus 3. Oh wait, is Santa Claus 3 the Escape Clause? I don't remember all the Christmas.
I think it's just Santa Claus 2 is the second one.
Okay, and then Santa
Yeah,
Claus 3
no,
is the
it's
Escape Clause.
Yeah, I
the
believe
Santa
so.
Claus. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one
Yep.
with oh my gosh, Martin Short.
Yes.
Yes. Ooh.
Tim Allen.
Yeah,
Right?
Tim Allen's is
Yeah, of
always
course.
been Santa in all three movies. But then Martin Short was in the third one. Yeah, I like them. I like the movies.
First one, sure. Not even gonna bother for the second or third one. But what about Ernest Saves Christmas or whatever that movie was called?
Oh yeah, that's not
I
on
still think
TV as
that's
much though.
not anymore. Nobody knows who Ernest is.
Oh, man, there's Ernest Saves Christmas. There's Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest saves something. Is it Saves Christmas?
I think it Saves Christmas. Anybody ever watch? This was recently. Office Christmas Party. I thought that was kind of fun.
Nope.
Where they have the big Christmas party at the office and like they're getting all fucked up.
What about Elf? I don't like it. I'm sure I know like
Yeah,
99.76% of the
right.
world's population loves this movie, but
I don't like Elf either. Oh,
It's alright.
I found my number one movie
oh,
that I don't like,
All right. What you got?
and I already know you guys love it.
Uh, All
Polar
right.
Express.
No, I've never watched it.
I've never saw it.
I hate it. It's a stupid movie.
Yeah, because you
I know
mentioned
there's a lot of
about
people
like the
who like it.
guy capturing the kid or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes no sense. I mean, of course, I have a personal problem with Polar Express because when I was it was one of my birthdays where I wanted to see Seed of Chucky in
Yes.
movie
Yep. That's
theaters,
right. Yep.
right?
Yeah, I remember you telling us the
And
story. Yep.
yeah, I don't know if I told the
You.
listeners
Yeah,
or anything like
it was
that.
on a podcast episode. We talked about it.
Oh, okay. So, real quick summary. I wanted to see Seed of Chucky. My uncle said no because 5 of my other female cousins was with us, and they wanted to see Polar Express. So we saw Polar Express, and I hated that movie. Even to this day, when I watch that movie, it makes no sense. It's a kid that got kidnapped by a grown ass man, and then he goes see Santa Claus, sits on his lap, and then he just goes back to sleep.
What?
The end of the movie. Polar Express, baby.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I don't know
All
either.
right.
I mean,
Well, I don't think there's any other Christmas movies coming up. That's a weird thing. Like you don't see advertised Christmas movies anymore, like especially for theaters and stuff, unless it's animated.
there was a
Yeah,
really
true.
bad. It wasn't really bad, but it was like a relationship movie called what is it? Holiday.
I
Uh,
feel like every Christmas movie now is a relationship movie.
yeah,
Oh, I
right?
saw that movie Holiday. I saw it. Yeah.
What'd you think of
Um,
that?
It wasn't bad. It was a corny Netflix movie. I don't mind
Yeah.
it.
All right. Well,
All right.
there you go. That's all our favorite and least favorite movies. Let's do one last thing before we wrap this up.
Ooh, my
Ham's
favorite game.
least favorite game, our movie synopsis trivia. So
Okay.
again, I'll read a synopsis of a movie.
What was the last one? Last time?
The last one was Gone in 60 Seconds.
Gone in 60
The
seconds.
Nicolas
The
Cage
Nicolas
one.
Cage.
Somebody got a
Yeah.
little drunk for that.
So again, I'll read the synopsis. No one says anything yet until I finish reading and I call out your name. Then you can give me your answer, and I'll see if you guys can get this one. Now, I will give you a hint because this is our Christmas episode. This is a Christmas movie, one that I actually started enjoying to watch during the Christmas time. Wondering if you guys can recognize it. Again, do not say anything yet. Here we go. Ham, you ready? You got your Google ready?
I'm biting my tongue.
A college student faces an impossible journey when he is left stranded in the desert, thousands of miles from home, with no money and only a few days left until Christmas. Mike?
Can you repeat the question again?
You better not be typing.
I'm not typing. I swear to God, I'm
A
not.
college student faces an impossible journey when he is left stranded in the desert, thousands of miles from home, with no money and only a few days left until Christmas.
John Wick.
Ooh, close. Close.
How is he close?
I saw this. Oh, I'll tell you why. Go ahead.
No, that was his guess. So,
No, you have to. You're supposed to say my name, right?
Ham?
I don't break the rules. So the actor's name is Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and it's called "I'll Be Home for Christmas."
That is correct. I'll Be Home for
Yes.
Christmas, which
I saw that dumb movie. I was
came
gonna
out in
mention I saw that movie.
1998. Also
Oh,
starring
God.
Jessica Biel.
Oh God.
Yeah. And Adam Laveau, which I believe also played her boyfriend in Seventh Heaven, if I remember correctly, if my mind serves
God,
me
don't
right.
even talk to me about that.
So yeah, it was weird. The first time I watched this movie, I was like, this is all right. And then I watched it again, and then I watched it just recently, like a week ago, and I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with this movie.
No, he's a douchebag in the movie.
I mean, there's always got to be a douchebag in a Christmas movie, and then they turn,
yeah, I mean, like
tides.
Scrooge, I guess.
Yeah, see, there you go. You understand the
I
movie.
never saw this movie.
I don't know if you'd like
It
it,
is-
Mike. I don't think he would. I don't know. Do you think Mike would like it?
That's like a B movie almost. I don't.
Well, that's giving it too much credit. I would say a C movie for sure.
Whoa. Like
I like my first answer, John Wick 3, when he was at the desert to look for.
I was like,
no, it's only if you like Jonathan Taylor Thomas during Home Improvement. Go watch it. Did you ever watch Home Improvement?
Yeah, I don't like that guy too much. Now I'm seeing his face. I remember that he was in almost like in 2 or 3 movies that I kept on watching, and I was just like, I feel like he's a dumb actor.
yeah.
I mean, where is he now? So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
In the basement, baby.
I mean, shit. What's his name is doing shows right now? I can't. I just forgot his name.
The oldest brother?
No, Oh, he got arrested
I was gonna
recently.
say,
Oh
yeah.
god.
You're talking about Tim Allen?
Tim Allen.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Tim
he's
Allen's
got his
doing
show,
stuff.
Last Man Standing, right now still.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying Jonathan Taylor Thomas could have done something. I don't know what happened there, but
He's probably
you know.
raking in that Disney money because remember he did the voice of Simba.
Yeah, maybe he's been doing a lot of voices. I don't know.
Uh,
Well, well, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, he is in Last Man Standing.
Yeah, for
oh,
a
that's
couple
right.
episodes.
Yeah, that's right. He was
He's Randy.
was his name Randy?
But you only told me a couple episodes, right?
Well, from the first season was
John.
only a couple episodes. Yeah, because he was the oldest daughter's ex-boyfriend, I think, and he owns a restaurant and everything. But I think, I mean, she left the restaurant, so I don't see why there would be a reason for him to kind of come back.
All right.
I'm trying to look up his filmography because let's see, the last thing he was in was Last Man Standing in 2013 to 2015. He was only for 4
There you
episodes.
go.
And then before that is a whole bunch of crap I don't know. He was in Smallville?
I'm sure for one.
2 episodes.
One.
2 episodes.
One.
2 episodes.
Okay. 2 episodes.
All right. Well, listeners, that was our Christmas holiday podcast special. Hope you enjoyed our ramblings of Christmas humbug movies. Ham was probably the most spirited out of all of us.
Well, I didn't have any spirits, so shit. Ooh, I do have some here.
Next episode, we'll be covering Ham's favorite batch of Pokemon episodes. I feel like this one definitely for sure he's going to give a gold card on.
Definitely.
And then we'll kind of start covering our top and best our top best and worst of the year, leading into the 2021 podcast year. Man, 2021. How long have we been doing this? Since March?
Since March, yeah.
Man, we're almost coming up to our 1 year.
1 year, baby.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna forget.
I don't even know the exact date. I have it somewhere. Saved.
Was Jonathan Taylor Thomas in Pinocchio? He was Pinocchio.
Yeah, he was the live action remake.
Oh my god, I even hate him even more.
And on that note, listeners, we will talk to y'all in the next episode.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ching, ching, ching. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ching, ching, ching. Bye. Ching, ching, ching.
That's why I'm not donating anything to those Santa Clauses.
I was with you from the beginning, but then you did the ching 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 crap, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, maybe ding ding ding, not ching ching ching.
But like that little Christmas
bell
ball thing.
I knew you were trying to do the bell, ding ding ding, not ching ching ching. Chinese checkers. God.
Jesus Christ.